in our life where, you know, we have experienced this mistrust or distrust, as they say, in some form or the other. Now, when you feel this distrust, whether you feel it for someone else or someone else feels for you, what is it that you feel with it? Strange. Strange when, strange energy, and that is if someone does not trust you or if you don't trust someone. You feel strange and you feel that something will happen. There's a fear that something will happen. There's a fear. Yeah? Something will happen. Okay? Yeah? Anyone else to share? Rebuilding trust. So, when you don't trust someone, how do you feel? Tense atmosphere. Rejected. Yeah. So, when you don't trust or the other person doesn't trust, the general feeling is of fear, of doubt, of anxiety. When you don't trust a certain person, then there's anxiety also with it. There is doubt that joins it, and then there is fear that joins. So all these feelings are there. And then with that fear, when the anxiety increases with the fear, there's also anger with it, right? So all these feelings are associated with mistrust when we don't trust someone. It could be trust is a, a very, very vital quality for all of us to feel. Whether it is trusting ourselves or trusting others, without trust, there is nothing that you can do. Nothing as in terms of tasks or nothing as in terms of relationships. Trust is the breath of every relationship. Very, very vital. So it's so important for us to feel this constantly and to use this particular energy or quality constantly. When there is no trust in relationship, then there's, as I said, there's doubt, there's fear, there's anxiety, everything. So how are you feeling when you are with a person whom you don't trust? And it could be, you could be living with the person or you could be working with the person, and so you are with the person daily, but you are always, that because there's no trust, you're always doubting whether this person is saying what he's saying, doing what he's doing, is not going to go behind my back and do certain things which will harm maybe the house more or the project in the office more. All these thoughts will keep on rotating in your mind, and then the anxiety increases. Then there's a lot of anxiety. When there's a lot of anxiety, then anger follows. And so then when the anger is, it comes out, then the relationships gets even worse, right? And so how do you deal with this? Especially when it is with people who you are living with daily or who you are working with daily. You need to do something. Like for example, if you see a person and you know that you don't trust the person, the feeling of trust is not there. How do you feel within? You don't feel happy to see the person. You don't feel happy to be with the person. And you will, because the trust is not there, you will always look at the negative qualities of the person, or you will always remember that negative behavior of the person because of which you felt that your trust was betrayed, right? That is all that goes on within us when these things are happening, right? And it's the same thing when the other people don't trust us in a certain thing. Maybe we made a mistake, maybe we were careless, you know, whatever it was, and because of which we maybe did not do a task the way it was supposed to have been done. And so now they don't trust us to either complete the task or to do it in a certain accurate manner, the way it is supposed to have been done. So they will not trust us to do that. And so constantly maybe they will be nagging, you know, like for example, it could be a small thing, you forgot your key once in the house and you lock the door. And so now your sister, every time you go out, did you take the key? Did you take the key? And then so then it becomes, for you, it's like, I did it only once. Yeah. So then what do you do about all these things that are going to be happening with you because they don't trust you or you don't trust them? Because without trust, there's no feeling of peace. There's not going to be any happiness in that relationship. Yeah. Trust is the breadth of every relationship. It's so we need to create that trust back. Now, if you look at it in your past lives, you will see that there have been times when maybe you betrayed trust in small things, like, a person trusted you to do a certain thing, but you couldn't do it for whatever reasons. All right. And maybe it was your fault. That's fine. But however, you then got that trust back by uh, uh, completing a particular task again and again. And so then that person could create that trust in you back again. So it's not that it has never happened before in your life. All of us have got that trust back in the relationships. So we have the power to do it. But for certain relationships, we haven't done it yet. And so, how do we mend a relationship back to that stage where it was before, with all the trust? How do we do that? And it's very, very important, okay, for all relationships to have trust. Communicate, very good, yes. Communicate. Does everyone agree? If you feel that someone has betrayed your trust, do you feel that yes, if you communicate, it works? Does it work? If you tell them that, you know what, um, I feel that you, suppose if your close friend, yeah, she spoke badly about you behind your back, the close friend, sinceres, you feel betrayed. Do you think that talking with her will help? Not always, right? Mm, mm, right. Very good. Yeah, right. So you will try to find out if what mm, mm, she's what I heard from someone else, that she was saying that, whether it is true or no, correct? And this could be in any relationship. It could be in a parent-child relationship. It could be in friends. It could be in a boss and a subordinate relationship. It could be in any relationship, right? So then, very good that you said that you will first find out whether that's true. Okay. Now, if she says no, but first you need to communicate to the person, ask the person, is it true? Is it, is this what, is this what happened? Did you say this about me? So you need to have the courage. You need to muster your courage to communicate. Correct? And how will that help communication? She might deny it completely. Then what? She might deny it completely. Then what? Hmm. She said, I didn't do it at all. I didn't say it at all. Then what? Then you give the chance to the person that, yes, that's right. Uh, give the chance to the person that, okay, she said she's not said it, then that's fine. Then she's not said it. How will this communication help the relationship then? It will help because when, if you express it in such a way that, you know, I was really hurt to know that you said this about me, because for me, I can't even dream that you'd say such a thing about me. Is it true? So when you let them know your feelings and you trust that when they come to know that I'm very, very hurt about this, then you trust that then in the future, even if they have done it, they will not do it again. The thought is sown, or the seed is sown, that this is what I've heard. You might or might not have done it, but if you have, then it's really hurt me a lot. Just the thought hurts me a lot. Right? So what happens is, in the future, see, sometimes some people have a habit of doing it. They just have a habit of doing it. And when habits are strong, people can't control it. Right? So they might, and they will, as a friend, they might have other qualities. For example, they'll support you whenever you need the help. So if I look at their other good qualities, remind myself of their other good qualities, which everyone has. Everyone has some good qualities or the other. Right? So let me remind myself, and also a good reminder would be, how many times in the past has she helped me in different ways, or helped my near and dear ones in different ways? So what happens is, this particular one incident, you can let go. Very important to let go. Learn the art of letting go of the negative incidents, negative feelings, and holding on to the positive, pure, loving incidents. Yeah. I can repeat the question if you want. Yeah. Okay, so what she's saying is that last week something happened, and so she was trying to let go of that person's behavior, but she was finding it difficult. She tried a lot of deep breathing and oiling her head and everything, but it didn't really work. There was a lot of thoughts going on. Yeah, well done for making the effort, whether it's deep breathing or oiling your head or trying to stop your thoughts. And also, you also thought of that she was a divine soul, and so trying to look at the divinity of the person. So well done for the effort. Okay. Now, again, uh, we make the effort. Effort is practice. Okay. Effort is practice. Practice, 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 and become perfect. That is what we have to do. Once I had heard this in one of the classes, was one of the sisters who was already practicing meditation since some years. She went to our Dadi Janki, who's no longer in that body right now, but and so she asked her that, this particular habit of mine, I want to give up. We call it sanskar, or this personality trait. I want to give up on it, but it just keeps on coming back, and I don't know what to do. And I'm really, I feel as if uh, I, I can't get rid of it. And tell me what to do. And Adi says, practice, practice, practice. You keep on and on and on. That day, maybe you created 1,000 thoughts, 2,000 thoughts about it. The more and more you practice, you will come up to 500, then 100, then 10, and 1. That's the key. It's simple. It's simple. It's all about conditioning your mind, training your mind to think like that. Because at the moment, we have been, by society, by our upbringing, it's the day and age that we live in where we are taught to think, if someone is a tit for tat. So if someone does something to you, if someone says something to you, that is it. You have to see to it that you have to give them back. Or you have to feel the anger, you have to feel the hate, you have to avoid people, you have to become violent, so on and so forth. But we now realize that's not helping us at all. So we have to have mistrust in our hearts. But now we realize that all this is not working. That is making us more miserable. That is disempowering us. Right? So trust yourself that you will reach that stage where if someone is doing something or someone is saying something, you'll be able to silence your mind and just let go. It will not affect you. Other people's behavior, other people, what they say, it actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What I think and feel about it, is what matters. And if I understand this fundamental truth about myself, which is what Raj Yoga meditation teaches us, then that's it, we're through. Then really nothing will bother us. And we will be able to achieve whatever we want to. And I'm not talking about just materialistically, I'm talking about spiritually within us, achieving that peace and happiness for myself, achieving that stillness and calm for myself. I can achieve it. All it needs is changing your perspective, changing the way you think about yourself, and understanding that everything starts with the self first. Me. It starts with the self first. And that's why Raj Yoga meditation, you talk about you, studying about you. The whole study is about you. We are in this body to study more about ourselves and to become that our pure self that we are, the naturally pure, peaceful, powerful, happy self. That is what is day in and day out that we are doing. But we are so caught up in the body that we feel that, oh, just feeding the body and just doing everything for the body is, that's it, the bodily relationships, that's it. But we forget that we are not just the body. We are not the body. We are the soul. And so we forget what are the needs of the soul, and we forget how to be that pure being that we are. And that is what this whole life is all about. To be happy, because that's our natural self, to be peaceful, to feel the power within. And trust is one big, big quality which helps us to get there. And that's why understanding and building on our trust is so important. But as I said, everything starts with the self first. And so, how much trust have I created for myself? Do I trust myself to complete a task? Do I trust myself to study and complete a degree? Do I trust myself to be in this relationship till the end? Do I trust myself that I can empower any relationship for it to be a happy relationship, a peaceful relationship? Do I trust myself to be a very cooperative, helpful part of a big project? Do I trust that this project will work? How much trust have I created within myself for me? Everything, all the relationships, how I relate to people outside and to everything that I do outside is a mirror of what I feel about myself inside. So trust the self, very important. Trusting me, trusting myself to make the choices which are going to create happiness and peace for me. Do I trust myself to do that? So let me look at myself in that manner and create that trust. Now, trust is very deeply connected to self-respect. Self-respect. Very, very important to have high self-respect and a high self-esteem. Very important. That is the core. You will not be able to trust yourself or trust someone else if you have low self-respect. And that's why in Raj Yoga meditation, we have special meditation and special self-respect, loads of self-respect titles, which we call in Hindi Swaman. So very important to work on that. There's a very, very deep relationship between, as I said, trust and self respect. If I don't respect myself, I will not trust myself. And if I don't trust myself, I won't trust others also. If I'm doing something which is not trustworthy, for example, if I'm having some manipulative behavior and I'm going behind someone else's back and then doing certain things which will give some benefit for me, but which will harm someone else, then that belief, because I have, you see, it's an energy, I have performed that action. Yeah. That energy is stored within me, the soul. It's there within me, that energy. The manipulative energy is there. That thought process is there. And so when I look at others, I will also see it as, are they doing the same thing? Because a thought process is there within me. So I will think, is she being manipulative like that? Is she actually doing something which is not going to be beneficial for me, but only beneficial for her? So that's another thing that I need to look at. So whatever I do or think about others, I will think that others also in that same manner. And so that's why it's difficult for me to trust also. So now I need to look at things in which I can see how is it that I can transform myself from within. It's all about working on yourself. It's not about outside. It never was about outside. It is all about working on you so that you are creating that trust energy constantly. And the how do I create it is, that's what we teach in Raj Yoga meditation, is you start first and foremost talking to yourself in such a manner that you are this elevated, pure, powerful, peaceful being. You are a soul who can be trusted. You trust yourself. That is very important. These thoughts, because thought energy is what creates your feelings, your attitudes, your beliefs inside. The more and more you start thinking like that, you channelize your thought energy to in this particular flow, your beliefs are created. And then on the basis of your beliefs and your attitude, your actions will be performed. So you want to transform yourself so that you are performing some certain actions which maybe you didn't realize, but now you do, they're not pretty trustworthy. Then you need to start with this, the thought process that you create for yourself. So you can give up on that particular action, which maybe could be a habit of yours. And that happens because a lot of insecurity is there in the soul. Because of that, we tend to do all these things. So I can give up on that by doing this. And that's why Raj Yoga, the ruling power back, you get your ruling power back over your own thoughts, feelings, and actions, over your own belief systems that you've created within you. Okay, so that's something about, okay, if I am believing something about someone else, but yes, some person is behaving in that manner where I can see it. And suppose if you've communicated with that person also, okay, but he is still behaving in that manner, then what do you do? And you have to work with him and you have to live with him maybe. What do you do then? Sorry? Leave them alone, but then you have to walk with them or you have to live with them. Then what do you do? Ding, ding, ding. That's the question, isn't it? You're right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. So what you're saying is you try to avoid them as much as we can, and but um, I'm sorry. What else did you say? That so it's something in us that's not okay. Fine. That's with us. Do more meditation. Definitely, we have to do meditation here. However, that is true that that person is behaving in the same manner again and again. But as we said earlier, communication is a must. So muster up the courage to tell the person about it. So that thought, that thought, that creates power within you. So then when you're faced with other people whom you have to deal with maybe daily at workplace or in your house, you when you do this, and this works beautifully, the self-respect titles meditation. Now, how that empowers you is even if the person is behaving in the same manner again, because they might, because that's a habit, it takes time for them to give up on a habit, it'll not affect you. You will not get uptight about it. You will not get upset about it. You will not get angry about it. You will not get frustrated about it. You, and that is the key. The key is how do I not be affected by other people's behavior or by what's happening outside? That's the key. You see, we have approached everything in a topsy turvy, in the wrong way. So we want everyone else to change. We want everything else to be perfect outside, which is not going to happen. The key, the right way of doing it, the key is to make myself powerful. And the method of that is to create those kind of thoughts and feelings. Okay. And it's an easy way, but because we're so used to only looking at the negative and creating negative, we can't do this, which is an easy way of doing it. So when I start doing this, when I start remembering something good, something positive, and also the natural nature of the soul, I'm sure all of you know, you have these seven qualities. That's natural nature. Every soul has these qualities. So then I have to remember that, not the negative incidents. Okay? And that is how we have seen this. I've seen this personally in so many cases. The people who start doing that, their relationships into from what used to be a very conflictive kind of relationships to very peaceful relationships. Because you can see the good in that person and you then behave, you relate to the person in that manner. Instead of relating to the person in a very negative manner, that person is already on fire. Okay, he's giving you fire, fire, fire. And then if you also catch that fire within you, and there's fire here and there's fire here, and then there's the whole room is on fire, the whole house is on fire. Now you need to put that fire out with water. So you need cool energy, you need peaceful energy, loving, caring energy. You need very energy. That is what I need to. And these are the methods of doing it. One, always reminding yourself each and every person in the body I'm seeing is a soul. And so they have natural qualities. And two is practically, you know that every person has done something good in their lives. It's not that no, they have not done anything. So I look at that and repeat that in my mind. And also writing these qualities for myself and for the other soul. It's so important. Keep on doing that every single day. And, sometimes people come and tell us like they start it off and it helps them a lot because it creates a lot of peace within them. Then after a week, sister, but this person is still behaving in this. Why should I say that he's peaceful and pure? He's not behaving in that manner at all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The reason is I'm not doing it for him or her. I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for myself. Yes, we keep ourselves clean, we keep ourselves peaceful, our mind peaceful. Otherwise, the mind will start running here and there and, you know, cursing him and doing this. And then you'll go on to all the other times when he's behaved like that and done this 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And then you'll also go on to other people and other things happening in the world, India, America, here, there, everywhere. That is the way the mind will work. And at the end of it, an hour or 2 hours later, who's the one who's feeling miserable? not peaceful, I'm not happy, and I can't do anything that I'm supposed to do now. There are so many things to do now. Today, that's all left. And even if I do it, you see the energy is not a fast one, it's a very slow one because you're thinking so much, and you're not happy doing whatever you're doing. Why shouldn't you be happy? We were not born to be sad, we were born to be happy. That's our natural state. So why should I? One of our dadis, Gulzar Dadis, always says, happiness is your own treasure, your own wealth. Why are you giving up your own wealth for someone else? So you talk to yourself like that and you make yourself happy. You create happiness for yourself. You create the trust for yourself. And this is a very easy way of building trust. And I'm telling you this, relationships have transformed. There's so many people who've come to our centers and have transformed their relationships, transformed their homes, their offices. And when they go in their offices also, they've created a very peaceful, pure environment there. So one person also can make a difference. It's only if you learn how to do it. Yeah? Okay. So rebuilding trust. But as I said, starts with the self first. So let me start first trusting myself, that I trust myself to improve on this relationship. I have the power to do it. I trust myself to complete this task. I have the power to do it. Yes, I made a mistake before, but now I've learned from that mistake. And so now I can apply that learning here. So I trust myself. I trust my own intellect. I trust my own wisdom. And then I can apply it in my life. So very important that, and then the trust in others also. Yes, of course, you might see people making mistakes in their project and all. Fine, if they are being careless, say okay. So now what else? How else can we do the same task so that it's not affecting the task, and yet I don't have any negative feeling towards this person. So practically, yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyone has any questions about anything? Yes. How many minutes is it best to do meditation in the morning and the night? Normally, the advanced meditators would do at least 45 minutes in the morning, advanced ones. But I know people say, oh, yeah, we have to rush for the office and all. Sister, you're in the center. So, yeah, that's fine. At least 15 minutes morning, minimum, we would say. Give yourself that time, definitely. And then during the day, also you have to do it, not just in the morning, but during the day. In all the Brahma Kumaris centers, we have this 1 hour, 2 to 3 minutes, we have this traffic control. The music goes on. Sometimes there are songs, sometimes there are music. So every 1 hour we had that. So every 1 hour, wherever you are, every 1 hour, just detach. Detach from whatever's happening outside. Detach from your doing. So if you're doing something, if you can, just leave it, leave it. Some things you can't leave, right? A doctor at an operation table can't leave it. But detach yourself from whatever's happening. Just connect to your own peace, your own purity. And after 2, 3 minutes, come out again. With that energy, you come out again. Okay? So then you're passing on that energy to you and your actions and to the whole environment. Also, you're learning to control all your thought, because you'll see by the time end of the hour, all your thoughts are going on, so many thoughts are going on about things that you're not supposed to think also. So then you also, your concentration power will increase, because then you will only think of the task in front. Also, very important to practice the detachment from what's happening outside, detachment from the body itself. You're the soul, you're not the body. So, detached, very, very important every day to practice detachment from the body. Just be that pure being, the soul that you are. It's a very, very powerful state. That you practice and you will feel it. Practice it. More and more practice, you will feel it. You will be it. And in that state, you can just you can cancel off all the thoughts and just be that. Practice, practice. It's important to do that. Also, you can give yourself again half an hour in the afternoon and half an hour in the evening. Most of our centers do 1 hour in the evening, 6:30 to 7:30. Some will do, but all of them will normally do 7 to 7:30 at least. You can't do 7 to 7:30 because you're traveling or whatever. You're having your dinner with the family. Do it later. Also, before you go to sleep, we say minimum 10 to 15 minutes you do, because what state you sleep in is very important. Because you go, you have this delta sleep, the delta state of the mind. That is when when you sleep, you're supposed to completely detach from the body. Because that's a very powerful state to be in. The soul empowers itself in that. Because the soul connects with the supreme energy at that time. However, because there are so many things going on in the mind, we don't achieve that state for a very long time. The whole sleep is supposed to be that. We hardly are there for a few minutes. But even that actually rejuvenates the soul and the body a lot. So if you do meditation and then you sleep, what happens is to get into that delta stage, you are making it very smooth, very smooth. If you notice yourself, or if you notice others, when you are meditating, so many people are nodding off. They are literally nodding off. And then, but these are the same people who might not be able to sleep when they're on the bed. Meditation helps your mind to calm down. There's so many thoughts that are running around your mind. It helps you to let go of all the other thoughts and just be in these thoughts. And when you create thoughts about your own natural qualities, then it is absolutely connecting to you, the core you, the way you're supposed to be. And that is the still stage. That's when you feel the stillness, the calmness, the deep love, peace. So you do that just before you go to sleep. And then when you sleep, then naturally you'll go into your delta stage. When you wake up, then you'll feel more powerful. So, very important early in the morning. Your subconscious mind is very active when you're sleeping. That is the deep part of you. When you just wake up from sleep. So that's why when you wake up from sleep, if you do this, we suggest 45 minutes, if not, then at least 10 to 15 minutes. And then again before going to sleep. And then during the day, how much you can do in 2 minutes every hour, everyone can. Everyone can. It's just even now, one of the daddies used to say, the Gulzar Dadi used to say this, when you're drinking water, the mind is, you do this, I'm a soul, I'm a pure soul. You're giving that energy to the water and you're giving it to you. When you're eating food, when you're cooking food, when you're cutting vegetables, when you're cleaning, you do this. So you have enough time to meditate actually. You have enough time to empower yourself. Do this constantly. So make it a habit. So maybe with one task, you can associate one particular title, self respect title, or a quality that you like. I'm a clean soul when you're cleaning. Like that. So that is easier, even easier. So what happens is once you train your mind, every time you pick up the broom or the hoover, your mind will go on, I'm a clean soul, I'm a clean soul, I'm a clean soul. So it's very easy to do it. It's just you just need to know the method, how you do it. And you create so much power and peace for yourself. And that's all that we need, really. And then everything else falls into the place. Okay. So let us do a meditation now. So I'm going to um, give you a commentary, and I want you to just feel it. Even if you can't visualize it, that's fine. Just feel it. And don't reject any thought that I'm giving you. Okay? Just accept it. And if you can keep your eyes open, fine. If not, keep your eyes closed. Just relax your body, right? And the mind will go here and there. There'll be other thoughts created. Just gently get your mind back to what I'm saying. Right? Om Shanti. Today, as I sit here, relax my body completely. I relax all the muscles in my body, every part of my body. I let go of any tension within the body. I take a deep breath and I let it out slowly. I take another deep breath and I let it out slowly. Breathing in and out. I observe my gentle breathing. And as I observe my breathing, I slowly detach from my body. I go behind my eyes and I look at myself. I feel myself. I am a soul, a beautiful spiritual energy who runs this body of mine. I, the soul, am separate from this body of mine. I am the power which runs this body. I am a beautiful spiritual energy made up of spiritual qualities of peace, love, purity, kindness, power, wisdom, happiness, bliss. I am peaceful soul. Peace is my natural quality. I am peace, a peaceful being. As I feel the peace within me, I can feel the calm energy within me. I can feel my mind has quietened. My mind has become still in my own peace. I am peace. I am trust. I trust myself to create peace and happiness for myself and for others. I trust myself to empower myself and others. I am a trustworthy soul. I am a powerful, pure soul, a beautiful, pure light. I am peace, separate from this body of mine, a beautiful, peaceful light. Peace, purity. I sit in this peace and purity of mine for a few moments more. In this pure silence for a few moments more. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Priti, for the very wonderful talk and all the inputs given, and especially very, very powerful short. Thank you for that. Before we go, there's a few announcements. Next week, same time, same place, and the topic is balancing materialism with spiritual growth. We do have a emerging stronger learning from the past in house. It is the 2 days things which is Wednesday and Thursday, 18th and 19th of June, and timing for that is 5:30 to 7 in the evening. Whoever wish to join that one, you can register through our website. Our every Sunday meditation, morning meditation, 10 to 10:45, which is online. You can join through our website. And regular reflective meditations every Monday and Thursday, 7 to 7:30 in the evening. So everybody is welcome on that. In line with today's theme, nice book called 365 Days of Wisdom. It's available in the shop, so you can browse through on your way out. Also, special event Peace Festival. It's in a global house on 13th of June, which is for the YEP program going on for the school children. Um, and timing for that is it's going to start at 4 o'clock onwards and finishing is about 7:30. And that is festival and various activities, exhibition, stage performance. You are more than welcome to join. You can bring your friends or family if you have kids, more especially them. And if you wish to come and join this one, you can booking on the website given. There's more information on the website. So please take a leaf at the reception activity. So once again, thank you everybody for joining us, and thank you to all of our online viewers.